Hi everyone. In this new tutorial, we will be learning about linked list data structure. So let's start. Before starting, let's see what was the problem with arrays. First, sequential data structure. Since data is stored in contiguous blocks of memory in an array, its size cannot be altered at runtime due to risk of overwriting over other data. Second, size is fixed or need to be pre-allocated. Since arrays are static in nature, that is, its size is fixed. Once declared, the size of array cannot be modified. The memory which is allocated to it cannot be increased or decreased. Third, insertion in the beginning or middle is costly. Fourth, deletion in the beginning or middle is costly. Let's see these 2 points. Suppose I want to insert an element at index 0. So for this, I have to shift all the elements starting from index 0 one position ahead. So what will my final array look like? 1, 3, 4, 5. For this, I have to run a loop in which I will move the index 3 element to index 4, index 2 to index 3 and index 1 to index 2 and similarly index 0 to 1. So this loop can take big of n time, which is a costly operation. Similarly, suppose I want to delete an element at index 2. For this, I will shift all the elements ahead of it by 1 towards their left. For this, I will shift the element at index 3 to index 2, index 4 to index 3. So finally my array will look like 2, 1, 4, 5. For this, again I have to run a loop in which I will be shifting all the elements. So this will again take big O of n time. So insertion and deletion at beginning in an array or middle are both costly operations as they can take big O of n time. Fifth point, implementation of data structures like queue and dequeue is complex with array. Because in queue, insertion happens at one end and deletion happens on other end, and in dequeue, insertion and deletion happens at both ends. Here, it is possible to do all operations in big O of 1 with arrays, but its implementation is quite complex, and with linked list, implementation is very simple. So now the question comes, what is linked list? Linked list is a linear data structure where data is not stored sequentially, that is, it is stored in random manner inside the computer memory, and these random locations are linked with each other by the help of address. Now see, linked lists are made up of nodes. Nodes comprises of two parts, that is, first part which stores the actual value, second part which stores the address of the next node. This is a linked list where it comprises of 4 nodes. Here, the first node is pointed as head or the start of linked list, and last node contains the address as null, signifying that it is the end of the linked list. Here, every node consists of 2 parts, that is, first part, that is data part, which stores the actual value, and second part which stores the address of the next node. So this is how the linked list is represented in memory. Suppose your memory can be seen as address of bytes. So here every node stores reference or pointer to the next node. They can be anywhere in the memory, but how are they connected? They store the reference or pointer to each other. For example, this is the value 10 stored in this node. So this will store the address of the 20. 20 will store the address of 30. 30 will store the address of 40. And finally 40 will store the address as null. So let's see the pictorial representation of the same. So here the node which contains the value data will store the address of the node which contains data 20. So the address stored here will be 1000. The address stored at second node will be 1300. The address stored at the third node will be 1900. And finally the last node will store address as null. Now let's see advantages of linked list over arrays. Unlike arrays, there is no need to pre-allocate the space, as linked lists are variable size. They can grow and shrink while size of the array is fixed. Second point, Insertion and deletion at the beginning or middle of the linked list are constant operation, while in array it is big of n operation. The idea here is to drop the continuous memory required so that insertion and deletion can efficiently happen at the beginning or end. In linked list, I just need to change some links in the middle, while in arrays I have to move everything one position down. Third point, merging is cheaper in linked list as compared to arrays. Merging two arrays requires an extra or auxiliary space which is costlier, but merging two linked lists will not require extra space. Thank you.